All right, all right. What's going on, everybody? I'm Michael, and I'm your new finance professor. What's going on? Two housekeeping items before we get started. The first is this is not financial advice, and I'll throw in any other disclaimers that should be added, so consider it said. Again, it's not financial advice. This is just me throwing out some investment ideas that I do on the side for fun. Secondly, this is my first video that I've ever made breaking down an investment thesis. So obviously I'm new to this. It's not going to be perfect. If you guys hate it, love it, whatever it is, give me some feedback and I'll only get better over time, hopefully. But also, get some momentum going. If you like it, hit the subscribe button and you'll see some more cool videos and maybe learn a thing or two and maybe make some money. Wouldn't that be sick? So starting off, today we're talking about something very, very special, which is a company called AMR. It stands for Alpha Metallurgical Resources. And this company makes a product called coal. Coal, right? I know what you're thinking. The dusty stuff we see in cartoons. That's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the steel-making, really, really special kind of coal. And Alpha Metallurgical Resources, ticker AMR, is the prime example. Prices have cooled, as you may have realized, or as you may have seen on a chart. Coal prices aren't doing so hot. They're really down from their peak right after COVID. But this company's still printing cash, and the kicker here, they just turned their buybacks on. So let's talk about what makes this a good opportunity. So first of all, steel isn't going anywhere. You need bridges, automobiles, buildings. Pretty much any infrastructure requires steel. And to make steel, you need a special kind of coal called metallurgical coal, which is the premium cut of coal. And AMR sells that good stuff. And markets are cyclical, especially commodities. But what's interesting is that even with prices off the highs, AMR has consistently been throwing off cash. And that's not luck, that's discipline, which is why this is such an interesting opportunity. So why does AMR stand out? Premium product with sticky demand. This isn't thermal coal, and steelmakers pay up for quality blends that meet their specs. Now, cost controls. This is where they're super interesting. AMR's superpower is controlling what they can control. They're a price taker, which means whatever the price of coal is what they have to sell it at because it's a commodity. But what they can do is control costs. And tight operational discipline, smart mine sequencing, logistics and efficiency, etc., is what this company can control. And the result, unit costs held in check, so when prices cooled off, their margins didn't fall off a cliff. And we can see that. And now, free cash flow, even when the prices soften. So here's the kind of mic drop moment, which is super, super, super attractive. It's even at these lower prices of coal, the operating cash flow kept beating CapEx, which is, then your real cash flow. And when a commodity name can stay free cash flow positive during the dip, that's management skill and not a bull market halo, because anyone can do well in a bull market. So capital returns are now back on. They paused the buybacks when the tape got wild, which is smart of them because who knows how low prices can go. But now that prices seem to have bottomed out and the balance sheet is strong and they've got cash piling up, they've reactivated their buyback. And that signals confidence. They're saying, we like our stock at these levels, and buybacks also boost your share of ownership in that company. So when they're earning, let's say, $1 million, and all of a sudden now their share count's 20% less, well, you get a 20% boost in your earnings per share. And the risks. We know met coal's cyclical. If prices slide further or demand hiccups, cash flows compress, and there's no way around that. Also, this is a concentrated industry, so any operational issues at mines can be painful. But they're a great operator, still a commodity play, so respect the cycle. You obviously don't want to pile into a coal stock or commodity stock at the top of a cycle, but in my opinion, we're somewhere near the bottom of the cycle, potentially. And if we are, and they're already cash flow positive at the bottom, and they have no debt, imagine that how those earnings are going to be magnified as their revenue starts increasing with higher prices. That's what we're looking for. And then a quick rival check. Warrior Met Coal is a strong peer, HCC, but I think AMR's mix skews premium with tighter costs, and it can out-earn through a softer tape, as we've seen. So I think AMR is still the name to be in. And what I'm watching, so the things to look out for: unit costs. Do they stay low and they maintain those unit costs? Are they still positive after their maintenance capex so that they can generate free cash flow in a softer tape? And we've seen them do that. They've proved they can do that. So I have no reason to believe they won't continue to do that. And then we'll see the pace of buybacks. Are they disciplined, buying into weakness, or are they chasing rips? And lastly, steel demand. We can look at autos, construction indicators, all those things to get a better idea of where the commodity price is going in the future. So lastly, my take, as you can imagine, I'm bullish on AMR. I think they're executing, controlling costs, and staying free cash flow positive in a cooler market, and putting the buybacks to work. So for investors who can handle commodity cycles, it's a really attractive setup. So I recommend put it on your watch list and maybe your portfolio if you agree with what I'm saying. If this video helped, hit the like, subscribe, and tell me which stock to break down next, because I'm always looking for new opportunities, and I'm happy to do analysis on whatever most of the viewers want to see. And a bonus point, if you really want to see Professor Paz, which she made a quick appearance, now she's just resting on her bed, but she's chilling there. But Professor Paz here is actually my consultant, and she's taught me everything I know. So if you want from the expert, I'm not an expert, she's the expert. So if you really want a guest appearance, let me know in the comments, and I look forward to hearing your feedback. I hope you enjoyed the video and get used to more, because there's a lot more coming from this team right here. All right.